Hi guys, how are you? Well, it's Saturday night live with Lady. This is my third or fourth, I'm not sure, live, so that's pretty exciting. Hi Trayvon, how are you? Good to see you. This is Bill's not going to be here tonight, I don't think, unless he pops his head in. he may, I don't know. But yeah, it's going to be a little different. Well, not different. I just thought it really kind of be fun if we talked about women, the women in our lives, like wonderful women, women that maybe impacted your life. Um, it's like kind of made you sit back and think about, geez, I can do this, or maybe I need to way I'm having or doing my life. And it's when I was researching the Women History Month, which is the whole month of March, by the way, but actually the day itself is Monday, March the 8th. And it was actually United Nations that recognized the very first International Women's Day on March the 8th. And that was done in 1975. That was when my first born. That's when I had my first baby in 1975. And it was a girl, so she was born into a good time. And yeah. Trayvon, how are you doing? You had a live the other night as well. And I was like there for a second. I can't remember. I got called away. Anyway, I think women, it's. I don't want to go too deep into the history of women. I am going to leave a website because I think there's going to be different subjects or different kinds of women that you're going to say, yeah, these are the women I want to find out about. These are the pioneers that really made an impact in my life on how I felt about certain things. So, check them out because women fought for voting rights. They fought for, I think there was big in the union, wages, and equality for women. And it's still a struggle. It's something we still fight for. It's not something that certainly hasn't been settled. That's for sure. So it's, for me, I like to read about it. I like to see who the pioneers were that paved the road for us. But more than anything, for me, I want to keep it closer to home. Like, some of us I had two women in my life. I have four women in my life that really stand out that I probably want to share with you guys. And I know there's going to be a lot of you that, it's going to be your grandmother, or it's going to be your aunt, or it's going to be a coworker or somebody you worked with. And it's definitely could make a huge impact in one's life if you meet a person that says, come along, I'm willing to be your mentor, or I'm going to hold your hand and show you how it's done, rather than I look at you as competition and I don't want to help you. It's really important, I think, to find somebody that will at least give you some guidance and maybe help you along the way. And for me, the very first woman, and I was going for a job interview, and her name was Heather, and her husband owned a car dealership. And this is when I decided to go back to work. And I was going in, and really, really good friends of ours, actually. Hi, Judith. How are you? I'm just talking about the women that made a change in my life, Judith, along the way. And I'm talking about a lady when I went back to work. I had sort of retired with Bill, and then I decided to go back to work. And very, very good friends of ours, he had a car dealership, name is Don. And he said, Lady, you've been an insurance broker. You've always sold intangibles. You love cars. Why don't you go into the car business? So I took a course, a business manager's course, and I didn't like that job. So I wanted to sell cars. And in those days, and actually in those days, I'm talking 96, there were not very many women selling cars. And I recognized a real need for it because back in the 80s, as an insurance broker, only 3% of the brokers in Canada were women. And so it was that way in the car business as well. So anyway, but I'm just trying to think. In 1996, I was 46 years old, and I didn't want to start at the bottom. I wanted to sell BMWs, Mercedes, Judith, really good cars, all made in Germany. And so anyway, so nobody would hire me because I'm a woman, and everybody had male sales people on the floor, and you found women in other capacities in car dealerships, but not on the floor. Anyway, I got a big break. I went into car leasing for a while, but I kept looking for a job at Mercedes and BMW. And finally, I got an interview, and the manager's name was David Hogg, and he was fabulous. And so we talked for a long time, and he could see the need to have a woman in the dealership. And yes, they are good cars. I'm a BMW fan. I love BMWs. So anyway, so David said, well, I'll take your resume and everything and we'll talk to the owners. And so the owners, I wasn't quite sure. Anyway, I got called back for an interview. And when I went up, it was really intimidating, actually. It was David and Horst, who was one of the owners, his wife, Heather, and one of the other owners. Oh my gosh. And he was wonderful, and I can't think of his name. Anyway, so there I was, really not very experienced, but I definitely, yes, actually Audis have made a big breakthrough in the last 8 years maybe. Audi's really gotten big in Canada. Yeah, they're pretty nice and expensive. Cars are really expensive in Canada, far more expensive than they are in the States. Anyway, so I thought, oh my gosh. And Heather didn't seem overly warm towards me. And I thought, after this interview, I felt like I'd been drilled. Like, really, I didn't think it had gone all that well. And I didn't feel she was all that keen about wanting to hire a woman. But I kind of sold myself, right? Like I always think when you go in for a job, you need to be your own advocate and sell yourself. And so I explained that I've been an insurance broker and I've been successful at it, and that in today's world, and this is 1996, we had women judges, we had medical schools, universities were full of women that were getting their degrees in medicine and law and sciences, that these women would be making their own decisions and they would be spending their own money. And they should have females in their car dealership to deal with. Anyway, they hired me, and it was great. It was probably one of the best experiences I had. And I think it was really good for them too, because I don't know, you girls that are married, I mean, what do husbands always say? Well, I really love it, but I'm going to have to check with my wife. I'm going to have to talk to my wife. We all know most of that's just an excuse, but how great, because when I used to sell cars, I used to sell I knew all about the engine. I could tell the guy was an inline six and 50-50 weight distribution on the vehicle and the exhaust systems, and I could tell him all of that. But us girls, don't we look at different things? Judith, when you buy a car, I mean, I don't know, I look for safety. I look at, do I like the color? How comfortable is it? So I don't know. I think it's having the best of both worlds if you have a woman as as a sales individual in your business. I don't know. I just think it's kind of awesome. Don't we look for female doctors now? And but anyway, Heather was actually the driving force behind it. At the end of the day, as much I think David, the sales manager, was really rooting for me, I think the final say definitely was with Heather. And she was from New Zealand or Australia. And of course, Horst was from Germany. And his son, Jamie, I think, runs the dealership now. So that was kind of cool. Judith, have you ever owned a BMW? Have you ever driven one? Everybody in Europe drives an Audi, like you say, a Peugeot, or a Mercedes. They're such popular cars. You go to Europe, that's what you see. And it's not just the guys driving them, it's lots of women driving them too. Hi, Lisa. How are you? We've kind of got off onto cars because we're talking about a woman that I think was very instrumental in me getting my job in the car business. And I know we've had a lot of fabulous women over the last 100 years that were pioneers and so forth, but I'm good. I think I'm good. This is my first live that I think I'm doing by myself, so I'm a little bit nervous because I'm going, at first you're just kind of talking to yourself, but I'm really glad you guys are here. I'm good. It's we had a nice day in Vancouver today. Actually, it was sunny, but it was really cold and really windy. So I'm very ready for summer or spring or something.
Rice was the other owner.
Oh, Peter Rice. Thank you very much. Bill just came in and he said Peter Rice was the other owner at this car dealership that I worked at. So there we go. Don't be nervous. Oh, sure, that's easy to say. When are you going to do a live, Judith? Huh? It's really weird because I'm looking, I have this little setup. One of these days I'm going to have to show you what the setup is. It's quite the setup I have going here. And I have to look at the TV to read the comments. Oh, okay, let me have a look here. Sorry, I have to look this way. Oh, yes. But do you know what, Lisa? I totally agree with you, women lifting other women. And do you know what I see? It's still a huge problem in today's world. It really, really, really is. I really just don't think that men are allowed. Of course men are allowed. Because I think, you know what? Even men can be totally lifted by women or something, or your mothers or your grandmothers can be women that change people's lives and make impacts. But I'm just going to say this to Lisa. Lisa, I still don't think there's enough of it. I think there's back in the day when I was saying earlier, in the 80s, I went in the insurance business. I had to be a captive agent, and then yeah, you know what, you're right. But it's a silent one on YouTube. It's a silent one, but if you're hanging around long enough, you feel it, right? Can you feel it? I have felt it. But that's okay. It's just because, you know what? That's another conversation. But it's not another conversation, but it's very true. People start to feel very competitive. And the thing is, you know, my dad used to say something about a life, and he'd say, just remember one thing. And I've taught my kids this, and I hope they remember it. When you're going up the ladder, on the way up, be careful who you step on, because you may pass those people on the way down. And I've always thought that was very powerful. Okay, so my grandmother and sister are my role models. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Judith. Well, do you know what? I never have either. It's and I don't know what it is, whether it's lack of confidence or whatever. I knew I was doing it right, but now I'm bragging for myself, and I don't know if she still works. I hired this gal when I was working in the car dealership. The guys, the managers kept hiring all these people, and they just weren't the kind of people that we were looking for. And I was training them, and I got very frustrated training them. And Jan, if you're watching, I don't know if you follow me on YouTube, but the nicest compliment I ever got one day is I hired her, and she didn't have any skills for the job, but she cute as a button, like really, really pretty, and had a personality that just the best personality ever, but she didn't have any of the skills that we were looking for. And I can remember telling the managers I wanted to hire her. Plus, she'd been out of the workforce for 10 years. And they said, no, 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 no. And I said, I'm going to tell you something. She has everything we need. She has a personality. I can't teach her to have a personality, and I can teach her all the skills. And she's still working for them for I don't know how many years later, and she's just turned out to be the best ever. And she often says, you gave me a break, you gave me a chance, you held my hand and brought me along. And you know what a nice compliment that is? So I don't know why women get so worried about it. I'm trying to read these stuff. Well, I try to be. I try to be. But you know, Lisa, I think part of that is, I think what happens too, like a lot of my stuff I didn't have as a younger person. And I had a lot of really not nice things happen to me as a young woman. They're in the past. I may talk about them one day. But also going into the workforce. And when I did find a woman like that, and like I said, I had two women that I had that really, I think, lifted me. And then the other two women that lifted me were my two mother-in-laws. My first mother-in-law, who passed away this last year, and Bill's mom, who passed away about 10 years ago now. They were both so important in my life. And when I saw what they were able to do and the type of women they were, they made me better as well. Because I would have a lot of reasons not to be that type of person, but I'm really glad that I feel great pride in being supportive of people. The other problem with me is I kind of see through people real quick. So I have to be patient. Well, so are you, Lisa. And I hope you guys all get to know each other, because you're both really fabulous women. And I know I can see what happens to you, Lisa, on YouTube. I see it, but that's okay. You know what? It's like I say, karma, watch out. Karma is not good. Okay, yeah, actually I knew that about you. Yeah, okay. Do you know, I have a mom that, yeah, I don't even want to go there, but anyway, it was really, really tough. But I often say, Lisa, it's our journey, right? It's the stuff that we had to walk, the stuff that we had to do. I never thought that I would say, I learned so much from that. It made me, my kids tell me I'm the best mom ever. Which I don't think I'm perfect, but I'm a really good mom. But you know what? I worked on a relationship. I never wanted my children to have what I had experienced. So I think we do learn from all of those things, and I think we become better people. That doesn't mean we're not hurt or scarred. It just, I think we make decisions, I think, for the right reasons. But I don't tolerate much either. Do you, Lisa? I just need. Aw. Right. Exactly. Let's not go there. It's. You know what? At the end of the day, I look at myself and go, "That's okay. I'm good. Actually, I think I'm doing just great." Exactly. We would, if we had not walked that journey, we wouldn't have the road ahead of us that we have, and I think it's a pretty darn good one, actually. I don't know where to read. If I go like this, I'm writing you guys' faces, right? Uh, okay. Yeah, that's exactly the way I feel. Is anybody noticing my skin? Lisa, if you tell me I look like bacon, I had to throw that in. But yeah, it's the old story, right? You can make a mistake once, the second time you need to learn. I've learned so much about from my history and my past, so that's good. And I think at the end of the day, it's made me an okay person. No bacon. I couldn't believe you said that. I'm going bacon. Just for those of you who don't know, I'm right now. Hi Sherry, how you doing? Yeah, to love yourself. That I don't know about you guys. Okay, and this is like for men or women. Um, I was saying it to somebody the other day, and I can't remember who it was, and it was kind of like we were walking out. And I said, if everybody and actually that's woman, I'm talking about any human for at this point. If we love, and I said to this person, look, you really got to try to figure out how to love yourself. Actually, I think I said it to my brother-in-law the other day, not pertaining to him, but just in conversation. I said, everybody learn to love themselves. And I know it sounds selfish, but if we make decisions based on how it affects us first or how we feel about it, and we act on that one very feeling, everybody would gain from that conversation, right? If I make the right decision for me, all of that just gets spread around. If I make a decision because I think is good for you, at somewhere down the road, that's going to eat away at me because that really wasn't for me. So people need to love themselves. They need to say, I'm making this decision for me because I think if you make it for me, the love just goes on from there because it's all good. Like that's what we needed to do. Hi, Mohammed. How are you? Welcome to my live, you guys. Like I said, I'm among friends, so I'm doing okay. I'm reading this. So, Sherry, you got your grandmother, and who else did you say? Was there somebody else? So, Lisa, who was... I'm looking over here and over there. Hi, Bears and Butters. How are you guys? Lisa, what woman, like in your journey, we don't have to go back 100 years, but who made an impact in your life? Like who kind of just lifted you up and held you along the way? I mean, I think we all need somebody. Do we not? I'm reading all of this. I'll tell you, this is a lot easier when you have somebody sitting beside you. Bill has left me. And there you go. Adam Smith said that you don't try to do good. Let the good emerge from the byproduct of selfishness. Very good. Oh, there we go. Hey, Leedy. Hugs to you. Hi, Trayvon, sweetie. Yeah, you see? It's really funny that you said that, Lisa, because I really, when I decided we're going to talk about women and, it's Women History Month and so forth, I was looking in my life and I couldn't come up with anybody either except two women that I met at work that were really awesome women that I think held my hand along the way. But, and both my mother-in-laws, my first mother, my ex-mother-in-law who's gone, and Bill's mom who's gone, but they were very loving, caring women. And they were very nurturing. So I was very lucky to get that from them as well. Yeah. I know. And Bill's the guy that looks at me as well. Same thing. He's a little bit like your Kent. He's like, he just thinks that I'm it. And I still don't believe him when he says it. Oh, which is really weird, but oh well. It is why at some point. Yeah. Yep. I think it is too. And and not only that, you know what? It just becomes such a great environment then, right? If women do this for each other, I don't know. I really get stuck on it, and there's still, like I say, we still have a lot of work to do to get there. Bears, butters, I don't know. We were talking about, women helping each other, holding each other's hand, lifting each other up, and not being afraid to. Hi, Ron. How are you? Look at you guys. See that? A long time ago, I came on one of Ron's lives, and Leedy, everybody says Leidy, and so in his live, he said, "Well, how would I pronounce your name?" So that's what I put on his live, Lee D. Oh, thank you. I need a haircut. I'm waiting till everything gets better. So, Ron, you're a guy, obviously. Who was the woman that impacted you the most in your life? Who is your, like, the one woman? Was it your mom, your grandma, whatever? Like, who made a huge impact in your life? Let's see what the guys say. Well, do you know, if I had, oh my gosh, you guys, Destin Dreamer, hi sweetheart, how are you? I was just at she had her first birthday party for Daniel, and Daniel is her puppy dog. And he is just a really, really sweet dog. Daniel is her puppy dog. There she is. Yes, we're talking about Women's History Month. And I never knew this, actually, that it was at the United Nations back in 1975 actually made it officially March the 8th, the History Month for women, which I thought was kind of cool. I'm going to actually put some websites up that I'll put them down below so you guys can check it out. Because you know what? There's like actually a lot of history there, a lot of fabulous women. And what I was saying earlier is that, I think it started changing I'm going to say maybe in the late 80s, in the 90s, where, you found women in medical school, in law enforcement. When did you first start seeing women in law enforcement? I mean, women weren't in a lot of these jobs for many, many, many years. I can remember I could never find a female doctor, and you couldn't find a female lawyer. Yeah, it's like we've come a long ways, but we got a long ways to go yet. A long ways to go. Okay, I'm trying to get you guys. Yes. Mohammed, I don't know if we've met. You guys, make sure you get to know each other. That, like I say, it's really, like, doing this alone is really weird. Where's Bill? Bill's watching hockey, you guys. It's very big night tonight. Hockey night in Canada. What can I say? I have to go back and I'm going backwards now. If I keep forgetting I have this function, you guys. I'm just kind of learning how to set this up, but StreamYards is supposed to be the best live program out there available. It's really not that complicated, but when I read stuff, sometimes I'm just going like, I make it difficult for myself for some reason. So I'm learning lots of stuff. I mean, you should see the lives that Duty Ron does. Ron's in New York, and he's got, I think you do lives almost every day, don't you, Ron? Because it's almost like the news. And I've seen your channel go from here to just blowing up. Yeah, I think over 30,000 subscribers now or something like that. Anyway, you use everything out there to do your lives. Everything. So I may get that good one of these days. We will see. So in a little trivia, in 1908, this is in the US, in New York actually, there was 15,000, this was in 1908, 15,000 women marched and band together and fought for shorter work hours a week, because I guess they were, worked more and harder, I'm sorry, than guys, and better pay and for voting rights. That was in 1908. So you stop and think about it. There's been a lot of struggles for a lot of things, and they're still going on. So I thought, wow, I can't believe it. And yet, think about your own mothers or your grandmothers, what they went through and the things that they did and the things they had to do. It's pretty incredible. And of course, I came to Canada in 1960. So I had 10 years. I was 10 when we immigrated to Canada. So I got a little bit of this culture, and then of course your traditions and conversations come with you about women, what women did, and what women were capable of doing, and we're still fighting to get recognized. And like I say, I have my mother-in-laws, and I have some women on YouTube that I really admire as well. Well, it's amazing that, how can I put this in a really nice way? I've been on YouTube for 3 years, but actually 4 years now. Started running my own channel. I had somebody else was doing it for me. You started using your phone? I have to back up here because I wasn't scrolling with you guys. Ron, I'm still using my phone. That's all I'm using. No, actually, I'm doing this on my laptop. But all my videos on, every single video on my channel, I've done with my iPhone. Yeah. And I have thought about getting a camera, but then I'm going to have to learn so much more. I may one of these days. Well, you've got a whole studio now because you've got, you're on every platform that's out there, right? You're on, you do Facebook, and I don't even know half the ones that you're on, but I know you're on a lot of them. Okay. Yes. I know we're multitaskers. Now, and you know what? I think any guy actually on here, even if Bill was on here, he would say, actually, we had this conversation earlier. I was ragging on him about something, and I said to Bill, well, thank goodness for you. I can chew gum, walk, cook, and make the bed at the same time. I can't remember what it was, but we are multitaskers, I must admit. And I always think any company that hires a woman is going to really be a hard worker for somebody. Just a minute. Oh my gosh, 700 videos. That's unreal. Ron, how many subscribers do you have now? Sweet dreams, sweetie. I'll talk to you later, and take care of Daniel. Okay. This thing is jumping all over the place. Oh, see that, Ron? You have a secret admirer. That's good. Oh, there you go, Judith. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys, I'm having a real... That's the one I was looking for. I need to take a screenshot, you guys. I'll just whip it over there into the other room so I don't disturb him. Okay, Ron, 31,000 here and 15 on other platforms. You know what, Ron? When I started watching you, I think you had 6,000 subscribers, something like that. That's so cool. Big YouTuber, and I know I've known you since you started, but you have a fabulous channel. I mean, it's so informative. That is really, really cool. We'll all get there, right? If we don't quit and keep working, I hope. This thing is pretty cool. I'm learning. But, yeah, and then there's another channel that I love. Actually, I don't, like, you know what I love about YouTube, now we're getting away from the women thing, is like some people you really get to know. It's like you feel, even though you've never physically met, you just feel there's that connection right away. And then there's other ones you kind of go, I mean, I feel like Ron's little sister, although I might be old enough to be his mom, but I feel like your little sister. Oh, it's okay, Ron, forgive me. Oh, I have to get, look how close I have to get. So you're close to 50,000 combined. That's awesome. But you have such an informative channel. You're 57. Yeah, 57, I couldn't be your mom. I'm too young. I'm only 70. Thank you very much. 57. That's, oh my gosh, I'd love to be 57. Oh, you know what? 40s and 50s were the best for me. So now I'm trying to figure out how to stay really healthy so I can have my 70s be really, really good. And that's right. It's just a number. It's all about attitude. The only thing that can get you is health issues, right? As we get older, and I'm just waiting for that pill. There's things I wish I'd have done for myself that I didn't do, but I'm actually really one of those girls that I'm going to do one on it. Lisa, cover your ears. Everything in moderation, even the naughty things, just everything in moderation, because you need to live, you need to experience life. And I think having a really healthy attitude is really, really important. Get rid of the garbage as quickly as possible. You're 54. Oh, 60. Oh, 60. I remember my 60th. 60 was good. Do you know what? I think any age is good as long as you're healthy. Yeah, she does. Judith does look really young. Look at her. I have to stop and read every now and then, get caught up. You guys, can I take a drink of water? This is not a wine party. We're talking about health, so I'm having water. No. Ron, is all the snow gone in New York now, or how is that now? Okay, now I'm stuck. I'm not sure how to do this. Okay. Do you guys realize that when I go to one of Ron's lives, well, Judith, you've been there, it's just running, and there's like thousands of people on his live. I mean, I do the same thing as you, Judith. I just kind of sit there sometimes, and then I'll come back and make a comment on the replay because it's like, all these people are going by. But you have a lot of people that help you. I know, Ron, and you would have to, right? If you were that big and you have a live and it's huge, you would need a lot of people to help you. Okay, so I don't know how to do this. Okay. Well, I keep trying to put somebody else up on the screen. Bears and Butters, there you are. How long is my hair now? Well, it's down to about here, but it's all in different layers, but I'm not going to keep it long. I just find that for me, I like shorter hair. It's got some spunk in it. Okay, no, I'm not going to grow it long. I know you guys think it looks feminine, but I don't like it long on me. We'll see, but it's going to grow for a little while longer. Okay, today was when chatting. It's difficult to manage. Yeah. Listen, at least you have eyesight. Like I have to go like this, and I try to look at the TV, see if I can see it a little bit better. Then I think, well, that's rude. People are going, what is she looking at? But yeah, I can't even imagine what it would be like. But it sure must be a great experience, though, Ron, to have that many. Oh, Bill prefers my hair short. Yeah, he loves women with short hair. He's the opposite. Yeah, he's now when he met me, I had long hair, but then it just got shorter and shorter. I don't know. It's just really funky. I just find that women, especially my age, that it really brings the face down, and I like to show my face. That's okay. Like I say, I may keep it long. We don't know yet. We'll see. I won't go into the hairdresser, so we'll see. That's Ron. Okay, we don't know. Judith, you have to do a live. Bears and Butters, you used to get quite a big number on your lives too. You always had a really good showing on your lives. But you were very consistent and regular about your lives, weren't you? I need to, maybe I'll start doing some guests and so forth. Okay, so now I'm trying to, why can't I get this off? What am I doing wrong, you guys? Yes, it is. Okay, so I have a question. We've got away from the Women's Week or Women's Month. I have a question. I've gone to some lives where they constantly bring people up. And I have my personal thoughts on it, and that's probably why I haven't done it. I think it would be great, for instance, if I wanted to feature a guest, like I would say, hey, you know, I want to have Ron as a guest and tell us about what it's like to live in New York and da-da-da-da-da. And I would do a split screen and the two of us come on, and it'd be like a really great conversation. I have a real problem when I go to some of the lives and they'll have like 2 or 3 people on the screen, but then I find that the conversation starts to happen between the 3 people that are on the screen, and everybody that's visiting or commenting somehow, like it becomes 2 different situations. I feel that all of a sudden people aren't engaging with the people that are having the live. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, I know Bears and Butters. I don't think you guys ever. You just did the 2 of you on the screen. Ron, I think you have as well. I don't think I want to get into that. Smaller, yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I mean, I think it just. There's a couple of YouTubers where we know, and I'll see 6 people, and 6 people are all talking, and I already myself, well, my problem is it's really hard to read. I need a magnifying glass right there. But yeah, it's all of a sudden you got two different things happening. Okay, one. Yeah, but you have a guest, right? You have a guest pertaining to the topic of your show that particular day. So that makes sense. But a lot of the ones that I have visited, they're just having general chit chat, and it really leaves everybody that's coming to watch out somewhere in left field. I thought, yeah, I don't even know where to look. Yeah, well, it's kind of like getting it all organized. It's like like a TV show, right? You've got to like prep everybody on the things that are okay and the things that aren't okay. Hi, Frances. How are you? Oh my gosh, it's getting late for you. Frances is back east, you guys. She's another Canuck, and yeah, she's get to know her if you don't. She does everything, a lot of everything. Actually, I don't know if you guys remember. I don't even know. Actually, that's funny. I have it here because I haven't even worn it yet. Look, I won this, and isn't it cute? I won this on Frances had something going on her channel. I'm not going to tell you why I won it. Oops, this way. Look at that, Frances. I have it laying here with my other Canadian too, but I haven't worn it yet because we haven't had any snow. Well, a little bit. Anyway, this is our retirement. Hi guys, oh my God, what are all you people back east? 3 hours, Ron, and so you guys are all on the same wavelength. Oh, and there she's shy, she's crafty. How are you? And oh, bears and butter. There, you guys all know each other. Hey. Okay. Tina's person who influenced her the most. See, you know what? My grandmother died in 1957. She was wonderful on my mom's side, but she had tuberculosis, and it finally took her. But she was wonderful, a wonderful woman, but she was never able to really help me. And I had my dad's mom was a fabulous woman, but there was a family disconnect, so I didn't get to spend a lot of time with her. That's really cool. A lot of people have said grandmothers. And you guys, if you go and check Tina and Norm's channel, they're considering some major moves and changes in their lives. So if you haven't met them, make sure that you go and check out their channel because they've got some really interesting thoughts on what their journey is going to be. They're a little bit younger than me, not a lot, a little bit younger, and so they're doing some really interesting stuff. Make sure you guys get to know each other. And they just bought a new trailer. And that's going to be fun to see what's doing. Oh my gosh, look at that. Hi, honey. How are you? Did you come in here to tell me that I am like the woman that influences your life? Is that what you're here doing? Saying I'm going to say really nice things? It's always nice to have your kids support you. Oh. Good night, Ron. Thank you very much. I'm glad you stopped in. I always appreciate your support, really. You wait till I get to New York when I can travel again. You better be ready. I'm bringing Bill. It's okay. Bill gets me to behave. Good night, Ron. Okay, I'm trying to read all of this. I'm backtracking. Ron's going to bed. Frances, where are you? Yes, it is pretty nice when I'm very lucky, Frances, that my kids do support us. Okay, just a minute, you guys. I have this in writing now. See that? Okay, Ron, I have you in the lineup, so there you go. And we better get Joey out there too, okay? And Kathy. You guys can go and have that beer, and the girls will get into trouble all by themselves. Thanks, Ron. Okay, this is going really fast. Yes, Joey, Brooklyn, and Kathy. Did you see that nice picture he sent me? He sent me that beautiful picture on Instagram. I'm not on there that much. And it was so nice. And he sent it to me because I said to him, oh, that picture is so beautiful. You should frame it. And so I had it framed. And well, I framed it myself and have it framed. And I sent it to him. I think he liked it. It was a beautiful picture of the Brooklyn Bridge. It was beautiful. It did a beautiful job. Well, Francis, how's your daughter and your granddaughter? I saw your granddaughter today. I didn't watch the whole video. I was just going across to see what I should be watching. I hope they're doing well. I don't know if my other kids are watching or not, but I always appreciate it when they do. 9,000 views in 24 hours. Wow. That was pretty nice. Judith, are you going to go to Germany, or are you are they coming to see you? Are you in California, Judith? Okay, I'm trying to take these as they go down. Oh, there. My son always says this. Probably just your favorite. Yes, of course you're my favorite. Now, this will see if the other ones are watching. They'll come on and question me now. Whichever one happens to be standing in front of me is my favorite. That's my favorite at that moment. Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I've not really been going out at all, Francis. I've been home, but now where we live, in the area we live right now, our area is kind of got the most variance right now. So Bill and I are just really laying low. So we're just going to behave and stay home and do what we have to do. Yes, it's actually on March the 8th, you guys. It's, I didn't know this, actually, that it was United Nations that actually made March the 8th International Women's Day. I didn't know that. And that actually happened in 1975. And I remember that because my firstborn was in 1975. So I remember that. So that was kind of cool. And so actually, I found this really cool website on Google, and I'm going to leave that down below somewhere when the live is over, because it just had really, really great dynamic women and stories, like, you know, the pioneers and what women fought for. They're still fighting for heaven's sakes. What did you say about Bill? What is Bill doing for international? Is that what you said? What is Bill for international? He's staying in the other room. That's what he's doing. It's not bothering me. No, he never really bothers me. He did turn the TV down. There was a hockey game on, you guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, we haven't been anywhere either, and I can only see my kids through the window, and we really do try to behave. We really, really do. It's pretty scary, but I hope we get our vaccines soon. I hope. They're saying maybe by April we'll have ours. Bill will be before me because he's 75 to 80, and then I go from 70 to 75. So that'll be good. But yeah, it's pretty It's pretty scary. It really, really is. So it's the hardest part, like Francis, is not seeing our kids. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about, I was saying earlier, Norm and Tina, that the first big march, because I actually wrote it down, and it was about, women oppression. And 1908 in New York, there was 15,000 women marched on the city. They marched for less, shorter hour week, an increase in pay, and voting rights. Isn't that amazing? I mean, when you think about that, those are things that are still being fought today. So, that old saying, we've come a long ways, baby. Well, we haven't come far enough yet. There's still a lot of things and the pay thing isn't just a thing that's allocated to women. There are still a lot of men that don't get paid their worth either. I guess it's just, it's an uphill battle. And I don't know, in the U.S., you guys are still, your minimum wage, is it the same for every, Bears and Butters, you'd be able to tell me this. The minimum wage, is that for everybody in the United States, or is every state, can they determine what they want? Oh, it's been too hard. Yeah, it has. I'm sure it has. Here in BC, and I think it's only for BC, our minimum wage is like 14 something, and they're working up to 15. They've been increasing it over the last 4 years. I don't know if state to state. Okay, so every state is different. Yeah. But yeah, but there's okay, Smith. So there's a federal minimum wage, and then the states can't go below that, but they can either stay at that or go higher, I'm thinking, right? So I think I heard one state say they had 15. I mean, yeah, cost of living is pretty expensive. So, well, I don't know. So, Bears, Butters, who was the woman in you guys' life individually, of course, that made a huge difference or made an impact? Or was it somebody in the workforce? Like I say, I had two women in the workforce that made a huge change for me, or at least made me feel more confident about where I was going, and they were willing to help me. $7.25 an hour. Wow. How do you live? Yeah, how do you live on $7.25 an hour? That's just bizarre. I guess it might depend where you live. I mean, is it when I look at Chicago, it looks like people in Chicago like have these absolutely gorgeous houses, and they're like $250,000. Like, I know some of it depends on where you live, but I mean, here we live in 1,300 square feet. We live in a condo. It's nothing spectacular. It's just a condo. And the one across the hall sold for $624,000 or something. Are you kidding me? So I guess that's got a lot to do with it on how you can live for any length of time, pay your bills and feed your family. And I know where Tina and Norma are back east, and Francis, that's pretty expensive too, Toronto area. And I don't know if the outlying areas are a little bit less. Both of it was our grandmothers. Yes. Yeah. Oh, 96. She's been gone for a long time already, Butters. I hope I'm going to be that to my kids, to my grandkids, not my kids. My kids are good, I think. I hope I'm going to be that for my granddaughters and my grandsons, that, they feel that way about their Oma. What is it? Is it because as women Well, it happens to guys too, but I wonder if it's just the nurturing part of us that makes it so. Good night. Did you guys have your wine tonight? Or a nice whiskey? Like before bedtime? It's a blood thinner. Good night, guys. Thanks for being here. Take care. Oh, hang on. Let me go back and I'll put that one out. Good night. Actually, if I just keep doing this, it's a lot easier for me to read on the screen. I think I'm an okay Oma. I think I'm the fun Oma. But I do sometimes, like Bill says, shh, it's not your place to say. But then my son-in-law, he kind of, this is our daughter, our middle daughter's husband. He always says, you did such a terrific job with your own kids. He said, you can discipline mine anytime. But my husband doesn't agree with that. Bill goes, no, you can't. You just be quiet. But my son-in-law, a long time, he may have changed his mind by now. But I've never asked him if he's changed his mind. But yeah. Yeah, and you know, I think sometimes, you know, like you say, the compassion and the love, I think as we get older, we see things so differently. And I think it's really important that we share that too. And I think it really becomes important that we give that to our children or to our grandkids, right? That's really cool. I can't believe actually how many people said that it was their grandmother. I think that's so cool. They're gone. Yeah, my Oma was the most understanding support. See, yeah. Well, maybe, you know, maybe that's what it is. I think we look at it very differently. I know I look at my grandkids very differently than I did my children, right? And as a mom, you try to do the best that you can. But I think all of us, if you've got kids, you're in that treadmill, right? Most of us are going to work and we're cooking the meals and we're cleaning the house. I'm talking about moms in my era back in the 70s. I know my son and my son-in-law, they participate so much in the raising of their families and running their households. I didn't really have that, so things were very different. But I think grandmas are wonderful. I think they're really nurturing and loving, and I think they look at things really differently. I really do. Hi, Trayvon. Yes, Francis is up there. You guys, if you don't know each other, any of you don't know each other, please, by all means, do get to know each other. Did any of you see, question, I tried to put this live thing out there. Did any of you see it, like, sort of in the last day or two on YouTube, like that I was going to do a live? Did you come back up? Oh, you're cooking. What time is it? Because I don't even know where Destined Dreamer is right now. You do move around. Are you in the Philippines or are you somewhere else right now? Grandmas are the best. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I think we definitely are. Okay, you saw the community post. I tried to do that StreamYard thing, you know, where you send it out, like, whatever. Anyway, I'm learning. It's okay. It'll get better. Everything is, yeah, everything's new for me. What can I say? Okay, just a minute. I need water. I'm not a drinker. I used to be, once in a while. Used to be like Bears and Butters used to sit with those great big thermoses or whatever you had, those great big cups. I need one of those. Okay, so what else was there about United Nations? They have this challenge on Google. I saw it, and they had some sort of challenge for Women's Month, History Month. And it's really actually kind of interesting, the women that we have passed that were pioneers or laid the ground for us to have more and to be better. But I think probably more important for me these days, I really look for somebody close by. My Oma's name was Henwig Elizabeth. I've never heard of that name. Do you know what my name is? You guys ever heard my name? I don't even know if I want to tell you. Oh, well, I haven't totally quit. I hardly ever drink. No, once in a while I do. I enjoy a drink once in a while. My name is Lijntje Adriana Christina van den Burg. I'm never saying it again. That is it. Yes. And then I used to tell people when I met them, and don't worry, I dropped the Baroness part. Just call me Lady. In fact, Lady McConnell. There you go. It's a long one. But Judith, you probably know this. I'm named after my grandmother, right? And everybody in Europe, I mean, there's real traditions about, you know, your firstborn daughter is named usually after the father's mother, and then if it's a son, and yes, they've got all these rules on how it's supposed to go. And so I was named after my grandmother, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. I really, really think that is awesome. Thanks, Trayvon. I hope you're doing good. I know. Do you know, it is a long name. Do you know when you get a piece, you have to fill something out and they say your full name? I go, that's not going to work. I just need to do one name, initials, and then my last name. But it's simple now, Lady McConnell, right? I don't have to use that all. But yeah, it's pretty long. Let's have a look. Well, you know, I mean, I was 10, but I've been back. Bill and I've been back, and then I was back, as you guys know, a year and a half ago. I think I love Europe. I really do. I think it's really quaint. I wouldn't go back because my kids are here. If my kids were all moving with us and my grandkids, I would go. But we've talked about moving quite a few times to different places, and I won't go because I don't want to be away from my kids. So as much as I love it, I wouldn't consider it. So that is why. Yeah, no, I couldn't. I couldn't be without them. It is a long name. It is a long name. Do you know, I live 5 minutes from one daughter. That's my middle daughter, so, and the 2 grandkids. And then I have our son and our daughter-in-law, who are about 25 minutes away. And then my other daughter, she's, if I'm heavy on the metal, we can get there in about 45 minutes. So she's a little further than I'd like her to be, but that's okay. You know, it's at least we're within reason. Yeah, see, it's really hard. Do you know what I love about Europe? I love, oh my gosh, I can't even find a word for it. In Holland, we would say gezellig. I love the atmosphere, the coziness of it. Like when I was back, I love, you know, every little town, or even like the cosmopolitan cities are cosmopolitan cities, no matter where you go in the world, whether it be Athens or you're going to England, well, into London, or even if you go into Amsterdam, there is that quaintness about it. But metropolitan cities, they all have their Hiltons and their big hotels. I love it when you go out into the smaller towns and cities and so forth. I love it when you go to a street cafe and you can sit there for like 2-3 hours and I don't know. It's just a whole different atmosphere. But then again, you know what? If we had to go back and live, Judith, we might feel differently after, a few years. I think it's probably what you get used to. It's always different when we go back for a holiday, right? I think. I think. Bye, Trayvon. Thank you very much, sweetie. We love you too. You take care, okay? Have a good weekend. Well, one more day left in the weekend. Night. Love ya. Oh, this is, you guys, I'm going crazy with this thing. How's town? Okay. Can you guys see? There. I figured it out. I was trying to figure out how to get it off the screen. Oh, I need it. I need a lesson for sure. Well, it's been almost an hour and 11 minutes. I'll keep you guys for a few minutes. Yes, I miss my family, really. Yeah, actually, that's true too. I think that's, we get on our bikes, right? It's so different. All the cars are half the size. The streets are so much narrower. You're walking. I had so much fun going to the market every Saturday, and you run into people But it has got a really awesome atmosphere. But you're right. It's because everything closer and smaller. Like even the houses. I can remember when we first came to Canada, I couldn't believe it. Like people were like all the rooms they had in their houses, they had family rooms and everybody had their own bedroom, and I'm going like, really? Why does everybody have so much space? It's pretty crazy. Hang on. What did I cook for dinner? Well, actually, I didn't cook dinner tonight. I'll tell you, yesterday, because I am trying to lose weight, I need to lose some weight for my legs, my knees. And so yesterday I made a pot of bone broth, and I picked up some kale and onions and cabbage, white cabbage, and I put it all in the pot, and I made a really nice soup. But I did actually make some really, Judith, you'd appreciate that, nice little tiny meatballs, because I do enjoy having some meat or meatballs in my soup. And so I put those in, and that was dinner yesterday. And that's what built up today as well. I had lots of kale in it and cabbage and bone broth, so it was really, really good. It was really good. So we enjoyed it. Yes. We've never, you know what, Judith? I think I've only seen your husband once. Did you not meet him in Germany? Was he not based there with the U.S. Army? I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I'm thinking that. Oh, the soup sounds delicious. Well, I may have a great figure, but if I ever told you, which I'm not going to, how much I weighed, I'd probably blow your socks off. I do. I have that. I have a little bit more than a Marilyn Monroe figure right now, so I need to definitely get some off. The surgeon would be a lot happier with me. I may be going in for another knee replacement, so I'm thinking ahead a little bit. Yikes. Hello, Canadian Ottawa vlogger. Hi, how are you? You guys get to know each other. If you don't, another Canadian. Oh my gosh, and another American. What is it when we had our place in Palm Springs? We call it the Can-Am Club. So CAN-AM, Can-Am Club. Yeah, and the golf tournaments. Okay, I'm trying to get this. Okay, yeah, there you go. So Judith's husband was stationed in, and Judith, you're from Bergen, I think, and that's where she met her husband. And then she came to Canada, came to the U.S. That's right. Not bad. My memory serves me right. And I'm not sure where I learned that. We eat a lot of soups this time of year. I love it. Hamburger soup is one of my kids' favorite soups. I used to make hamburger soup a lot. And yeah, I really like soups. I love pea soup, but Bill doesn't like it. So I make it once in a blue moon, and then I bring some over to my son-in-law. No, you are. Oh, well, thanks, guys. But it needs to be a little less. Yes, oh, from Bremen. Okay. I think I put you in a town in Holland. So anyway, well, guys, I don't know. It's been an hour, and should I keep going or what? Like, I don't know. What do you do in lives? Like, do I keep going? Where the pros? The pros are here. Bears and Butters. They are pros. You love soups too. You think it's a Canadian thing that we're kind of that we really like? So many people I know love soup. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just an easy meal too. And you make extra and freeze it and then bring it out. And yeah, and you put lots of vegetables in. And my ex-husband used to make a soup. He used to cut everything in tiny, tiny little pieces. It used to drive me crazy. I'm having a pet peeve. What's your favorite soup, Mom Judith? Do you know, I bet you those women back 100 years ago, I think they used to make a lot of soups because you could feed a family for days on a pot of soup and just keep adding to it. I have to think of my ex-mother-in-law who passed away last year. And like I said, she was just wonderful and she was a big influence in my life. And she used to make what they called köttsuppe, which in Swedish means meat soup. But you could hardly ever find meat. But it was full of good vegetables and really healthy stuff. So, what? When are you coming? Well, you know what? Not until this virus is over. That's for sure. Or, yeah. It's not going to happen. Lentil soup. Yeah, I like lentil soup too. That sounds good. And so you guys like split poo. Didn't you do a video on split poo? Split pea soup? I said split poo. I love split pea soup. Yeah, it's really, really good. I don't think we'll be traveling anywhere until we don't have these problems in the hospitals. People, we know Canadians that were going to California, you guys. Your state is still pretty red hot, or it's showing red hot on the map. But, and we could actually get insurance. There was actually an insurance company in Toronto that is giving emergency travel insurance and including the green ball. I call it the green ball thing. I don't want to say it on YouTube. But, Bill and I said, even if you have insurance, what if you can't get in the hospital? Because, the hospitals were being overrun. So, no, we'll just put this aside. We'll just, I don't know, do whatever. We'll travel in Canada or just do BC travel for now. But, I know. You caught that, did you? How are you feeling? This is perfect because you don't have to talk. You can just type. You've really been feeling crummy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think anybody want to travel right now. I don't think anybody wants to take a chance on it. Mind you, one of my well, she was my maid of honor when I got married. She's been everywhere. They've been traveling, doing whatever, and her beau lives in San Diego, and but she's well now. She's recovered, but she got it in Mexico. So thank goodness she was not really sick. So that was a blessing, but she still got it. Well, I'm so glad you're feeling better. Yeah, you're really losing your. Lorraine was really losing her voice. She's got something going on. So, and she tries to be so good to all her subscribers and show up. But boy, you were really struggling there for a while. I'm glad you're feeling better. No, but Win is. Aqua Caliente is not calling me. Vegas is. Win is. Wins is like they really want me back. That's when you know you're a really bad gambler, right? When they really want you back. Yeah, and it's my birthday month coming up, right? In May. So they're already like saying, Leedy, come on. It's like, so a room for 3 days. And room for 3 days, they said. And $1,000 free play, but an additional $300 because it's my birthday, and $400 in the casino for dining or whatever. So that's something to consider, but we'll see. We'll see how things are. Hi there, Tracy. You're up late? No, you're not. It's not that late. Hi, Trace. You guys. If you've not met Tracy, you gotta go and meet Tracy. I have no idea what Tracy looks like. You're never going to see her face. I absolutely love the editing and stuff she does on her channel. It is so cool. Whiskey is her cat. So Whiskey shows up every now and then. But just the way Trace does her videos is really cool. Really cool. I really enjoy it. I really do. All right, let's have a... Okay, thanks so much, Judith. Love you, sweetie. I will see you. We'll see each other on YouTube for sure. Okay. Good night. Okay. What's my plans for my birthday? My birthday, well, you know what? They're probably going to be what my 70th was, because May 14th, so that was the whole, everything had started, everything was closed down. My kids came and said happy birthday outside on the window, and so I don't think much is going to happen for 71 either. You know, whatever. Yes, Lorraine, get to know Tracy. There you go. People know each other. And Judith. And I'm scrolling down, getting better at this. There she goes. Okay, yeah, so I don't know. I probably don't think we're going to do anything. I mean, Vegas would be awesome for my birthday. That would be kind of like redoing my 70th. Depending how everything is, and we've had our vaccines and all of that, we will see. That would be great, actually. I would like Vegas for... Palm Springs is... Yeah, we've been there for too long. Oh, yeah, absolutely. You guys, just a minute. Sorry, Trace. If you've not mentioned... Tracy, could you just put your sister's YouTube channel on here for me, since I can't read and type? I mean, I know it's Women's Month, but I can't right now on the computer and doing this. I can't do it. I'd love for you guys to go and meet Dee and Zoe. Dee is Tracy's sister, and Zoe is her cute, really sweet puppy dog. And actually, I think that Dee's videos are really cool as well. I'll tell you what my favorite is, if I can. It's the one where she Oh. Is it just D and Zoe? Is that her handle? Okay. There you go. The one that I really like, Tracy, is the one where she's standing outside the apartment building. She looks like a reporter. And then she goes in and it's like the knock on the door. And I really like that one. I think that was my favorite, one of my favorite videos of that you guys did. I think that one's really cool. Mind you, your mom's muffins was pretty good too. Yeah, I'm no baker. It amazes me when people can actually make food that people can eat. I'm not very good at it. Hey, no, anytime, because you know what? It's not just about me talking. It's about everybody getting to know each other as well. Because especially if it's Women's Month, right? All these dynamic women on here, we should all get to know each other. Of course, we all need to lift each other up and be there. There you go. Yeah, so you guys are there too. Yes. She's been, actually, Dee's been under the weather, hasn't she? A little bit. I saw that somewhere in the feed somewhere. So I hope she's feeling better soon. There you go. But yeah, it's all about us supporting each other. I think it's really hard sometimes when you go, well, I'm not in that niche or that niche. I don't have a niche. Bears and Butters, you don't have a niche, do you? That's a stupid question. It's like, we're all of that. It's like, I'm a jack of all. What's that saying that goes, I'm a jack of all trades. I master none. Sometimes that is better than one. So that means, you know, I'm pretty talented. I can do a lot of things. I think Bill would attest to that. My husband's a professional. And he has 3 hobbies. That's it. And I love him to bits. Oh, there you go. So, Bears and Butters. California is not doing that great right now. Are you guys... I know you got together for your dad's birthday, Bears, last week, the week before. Like, did you guys didn't have a good big party or anything, did you? That'd be kind of scary. And when do you think you guys will get your vaccines? Are they doing it the same as we are in BC? It's like in stages by age? Or can you just go whenever? Yeah. I know. That's when sometimes I go, you know what? Maybe I'll just not bother doing YouTube because I don't have a niche and it just seems like you're kind of floundering around if you're not doing a niche. But, you know, I don't think I could do the same thing over and over again unless I was really passionate about it. Like, Tracy, you love your makeup, but you know what you're talking about. So I can't go there. I love learning about it, but I'm probably not going to do it for myself, the odd thing I do. I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But I love seeing a little bit of everybody's stuff. I really do. I don't know. Then sometimes I think, oh, well, maybe I should just talk about, the other day I was thinking I was going to rename my channel and I was going to call it, Do This Before You Get Here. And it was going to be like some of the things that I think that, you know, might be a really good idea for women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s to do before they get to be my age, 70. I thought, well, that could get pretty boring too, so I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to keep doing what I do. It's just fine. Oh, only with your dad. Okay. 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 I thought you guys are having a family, like a whole family thing or something. But it looks like you had a good time. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't think we have to have like a special thing happening all the time. And, you know, it's like I say, we can learn things, right, from other people and different channels. And, you know, I mean, I think about how often I used to go to a channel to figure out how to do something. And I've learned a lot from a lot of channels. And a lot of things I've learned to do and a lot of things I've learned not to do. So, yeah. So I agree. Yeah, well, when I met you guys, I met Bears and Butters. I met you on Canadian Scrappers channel. And you guys were just doing, I don't even know if I'm saying this right, mukbangs or whatever is that they're called. That's what you guys, that's what your channel was at the time. And then you started changing it, which I think is really great because you've really gone, like you went to Mammoth, to all of those places. Yeah. And then you've got that one that you did. What was it? Did you go to a Sikh temple or something like that? That was a really big one for you guys. And that was really cool to be able to see that as well. Yeah. See, yeah, I think, yeah, I like I say, I mean, for the girl, like you do crafts and Trace does makeup, but you're really good at it. And so I think you can come up with really good stuff and fresh things because you are good at it. If I just stuck to one thing, it just, yeah, I mean, you know what? I love decorating. And I can decorate on a dime. I'm really good at it. But you know what? I live in 1,300 square feet. I would run out of space to decorate. So I can't do that unless Bill wants to buy me a 3,000 square foot. We'd never go back to a house. But yeah, I think we need to do what we're comfortable with. That's what I think. Oh, Tracy, you did that. You did that shoe thing. Actually, I just gave some shoes to my son for my daughter-in-law. I hope they fit her because I can't wear my high heels anymore. I love shoes. That's where, Tracy, we get along because I used to have, well, I don't know, you may have more, but I used to have 66 pairs of shoes. Actually, I did a video on it way back when on how I stored my shoes and stuff. And I don't spend money on really expensive handbags, but I love shoes. But everything's changed now with knee replacements and hip replacements and neuropathy and all that stuff. So what can I say? Now I got to give shoes away. All my beautiful shoes. Okay, so you love shoes too. Maybe we should all do a shoe video, right? You know how they do, everybody, like they do face masks and maybe we should all show our shoes. I'm going to have to get some of mine back to show them. But yeah, I love shoes too. And boots. I like boots. But I can't wear boots with heels anymore. They have to be flat. So yeah, so my choices are getting quite boring, I think. Okay, let's see. Oh, good for you. Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, I am glad that you are a survivor, Trace. I didn't know that about you. And yes, life is too short, right? And you sound like all the other women that I have known that have fought this battle and won it and came through it, and they have no hesitation about their wants and desires. I mean, they are living their lives. That's really cool. I know that about you. I'm glad you. My nephew's wife is just should hopefully be done in the next 2 months, and she's 39, 40. Yeah. So that's why you're shopping. Well, there you go. Mind you, are we ever going to see you, Trace? Are we ever going to see your face? Cleaning. Oh, I love cleaning. I love cleaning. I love it. My kids will tell you. Any of my kids watching? They got it running. Can you hear me? I love to clean. And when we had our place in Palm Springs, as you know, we were in outdoor resorts. And I would always be outside cleaning. Oh, that's okay. I'm really happy about that too. So we've already got 2 survivors. That's good. See, you guys got real stories to tell, I'll tell you. I mean, I don't know. I guess you do what you have to do when the time comes, but it just amazes me that so many women can be so strong. It just amazes me. So Lorraine, your attitude has changed totally too. I don't think, it's one of those things is that I think you can't comment on until you've actually walked that journey. So you guys would have that journey that if we haven't had that, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's almost like I don't want to say it on like out loud live, and then maybe it's almost too honest, but there's just a whole new thing that comes about how to live your life, and age has got nothing to do with it. It's having to walk that journey. Yeah, I'd love to have an in-depth conversation about that. Yeah. I'm putting everybody's comments on because I really do want you guys to see it out there. I'm a cleaner too. Oh yeah, I love clean. I go crazy. Like something else, because we live in a condo. I clean my windows every month. Once a month, I clean my windows inside out. People look at me and they go, well, somebody's going to come and do that. And I go, yeah, once a year. That doesn't work for me. I need my windows clean. That's a Dutch thing too, though, I think, is, and we're on the ground floor, so it's really accessible to me. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to figure out what to wear and do a cleaning video. Do you know what I just did the other night? I cleaned my fridge. And actually, I had that moment. I went, you know what? I need to clean my fridge. Maybe I should videotape me cleaning my fridge. Well, my windows need to be cleaned again, so maybe I'll do my windows. There you go. Thank you, girls. There you go. I will do something. Well, pretty soon I got to clean my patio too, but we have an awful little patio because it's small and there's a really busy road behind it, so I would have to do a voiceover, I'm sure. But in the house, oh, you know what else I did today? Is I actually shampooed my carpet. We still have some carpet in here. And I actually said to Bill, it's too cold to really be doing the carpet, but I couldn't stand the stains any longer. So I'm doing it in sections. So I got rid of these horrible stains that were there. So that was good. Maybe I will give that some thought. Like, there's nothing like Dutch clean, right? I mean, that's Dutch girls. Now, I don't want to take away from you, Lorraine. Oh, okay. There he goes. Come clean. Do you know what? Actually, I made that offer. This is my son, you guys. I made that offer. My son and daughter-in-law just bought, is it a 30-foot trailer, Paul? I'm not sure, because they love camping, and they've got the 2 little girls, so they've got a friend that's got some property, so they're going to do some gold panning and all of that. And so I actually said to him when I saw the trailer, Bill and I went over. We didn't go inside the house or anything. We were in their driveway. It's a really nice trailer. And I said, oh, it needs cleaning. Maybe Mom needs to come over and clean. You better ask Janine first if it's okay. Sometimes, you don't want your mother-in-law coming over and doing something that's like, you have to think twice. As I got older, I didn't care what my mother-in-law did for me. When I was younger, I thought, well, she's kind of being bossy. I don't know if I want her over here cleaning and doing stuff. Are you really? I didn't know that. Oh. So your mom or your dad? On which side? Well, that's why we like cleaning, right? I mean, you go to Holland and they still do it. You'll see women out there with their buckets and their big broom and And of course, usually it's kind of like when you go to London, right? The front door is here and then here's the sidewalk, but they'll throw a bucket of soap and water on the sidewalk and they're out there with their brooms cleaning it up. You won't be seeing that. But my windows definitely, they definitely have to be cleaned. They do. They really do. And I just cleaned my oven too, but that's self-clean. What else did I just do? Oh my gosh. You guys, I just missed out on a whole bunch of videos. The only good thing about it is I actually do it regularly. I need to clean out drawers. Actually, people do that, right? They clean cupboards and drawers, and people sit and watch forever. I don't think so. A Dutch, what's a Dutch maid outfit? I've never seen a Dutch maid outfit. Maybe you're thinking of a French maid. No, I'm not doing that either. I was a French maid once, but no. Actually, Dutch women, when they clean, are actually quite, they dress quite nicely, actually. Even when they go out, there's no sweatsuits and stuff like that. They're pretty well on top of it. Oh, timmerman. Okay, so timmerman means the woodman, timmer, or well, timmer. Yeah, hout is wood. So the timmerman is the carpenter, or I don't know. Some words are just really hard to translate. But timmerman is like a guy that he's timmering on a stuk hout. So, oh, that's really cool. Very Dutch, very, very Dutch. Oh, there you go. Oh, Tracy. Are you, yeah, well, these two, I'm telling you. No, mind you, I could find a Dutch outfit with a pair of wooden shoes. It's like Bill says, do you know why Dutch people wear wooden shoes? And I can say the joke because I'm Dutch, to keep the woodpeckers off their heads. Oh, well, that's okay. He lived. He's alive. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I will think about doing cleaning. I'll do my windows. I enjoy doing my windows, actually. Trading clothes. Hi. Say hello, everybody. Get to know each other. Yeah, I'll pass on that one, you two. No. Do you know? Oh my gosh. My girlfriend and I, when Bill used to go play golf. Every October he'd go and play golf with a group of guys. And a girlfriend of mine, her husband went as well. And we would do a little planning thing about, we would pick the guys up in a limo. So we'd hire a limo and we'd have their choice of libation with us. And we made it a really fun thing. But it was always around Halloween. So we wear a costume. One year we went as bunnies. We did all kinds of like really fun little off things, but enough that we could still be in public. And the guys got really quite pushy about it. So it was like they literally had just landed and they'd be picking our brains on what were we going to do next year. Like, what are you going to dress up as next year? What are you going to do? And so it was always like a big, wonder what the girls are going to do. It's going to be so exciting. So I said to Karen, I said, we're getting way too much pressure from these guys on what we're supposed to be doing. So why don't we just fix them real good? So what we did the following year is we went and got really nice pink house coats, the big fluffy ones, and we put ketchup and mustard on them. We put rollers in our hair. We had a dish rag in our hands. And that's how we went into the airport to pick them up. They weren't as excited to see us that particular year. And so we told them they keep putting pressure like that on us that we'd never do a cute outfit again. So there you go. There you go. So it's, Be careful what you wish for. You never know what you're going to get. Okay, so trading quotes. We have a question. Who is the woman? Now, it doesn't matter if you are male or female, but who is the woman in your life, like close to you somewhere, your grandmother, your mom, your sister, that was really influential in your life? We'd love to know. I think we'd love to know. Thanks, Trace. Oh, Shameless. Oh, okay. There you go. It's horrible, but you're going to go watch it with them anyway? Or is it just Shameless? Night, Trace. Thank you. Say hi to Dee for us, you guys. Make sure if you are already friends with Tracy, Little Makeup Channel, make sure that you also go and see Dee and Zoe. Okay. Have fun. See you later, Trace. And there we go. Say hello. I'm going down. Night, Trace. Everybody say, oh my gosh. Jen, how are you doing, kiddo? Your sister Jody. Okay, I have a daughter named Jody. It's spelled exactly the same way. That's really cool. Because siblings, that's kind of like, wow, that's really cool, I think. A lot of siblings don't get along, right? Hi, Jen. How are you doing? This is another, you guys, if you've not gone to Jen's channel, her editing, I talk about Tracy's editing. Now, we have never seen Tracy, but Jen, she's so much fun. I just love it. And it's like I said to her, I don't do the makeup thing. I'm into it. I go into it because I just love how she presents it and what she does. Oh my God, you're so much fun. You're really entertaining. Get to know each other. From the show, hotel. Bye, Trace. See you later. Oh no, Jen, you're a hoot. You really are. I love what you do, and your editing skills. Getting better all the time. You didn't know that? Oh, yes, Lorraine's another. Of course, we're not all. Lorraine, are you a natural blonde? I should never ask that. I think you said one day you might let your hair go gray. Mine's not gray. Mine's silver. You think about it, like 100 years ago, since it's women's, I know we're talking about, we've gotten totally off the subject, but 100 years ago, women didn't color their hair. It's what it is what it is. I wonder if they had hair dye back then. I think maybe in the 20s, in the 30s, maybe they started dyeing hair. It's fine. I don't mind it. I'll probably, if I need to spruce it up, I'll put a color in. So Jen, you're in California, right? So you're on the same time zone as us? You're not up late? I don't think. But Lorraine is back east, so you're like 3 hours ahead of us. You're up late. I'm not a real blonde. You can lie to us. It's like, you can say whatever. We're going to believe you. Yes, you are in California. That's what I thought. It's almost 8 p.m. Yes, here as well, 7:49. We're in the same time zone. That's, that's one of the reasons that when Bill and I, when we started looking for a place to buy, that's one of the reasons we bought in Palm Springs. Is that, first of all, Bill was still working when we bought, and it was only a 2.5 hour flight. If you've ever been to Vancouver, where we live, you can go to Vancouver Island, and we figured out that on crazy days when the ferry was really busy to get to Vancouver Island, we could fly to Palm Springs in the same time frame, because you'd have to wait for ferries and so forth. So 2.5 hour flight to Palm Springs was ideal, because originally we thought it'd be fun to be in Hawaii, but I'm glad we never did that because the flight's just too long. And when Bill was working, we could take a long weekend and go and hang out in Palm Springs. There you go. As you are one. Jen, are you going to dye? There's a lot of pressure here about being blonde. You could do a wig, right? A blonde wig. My hair used to be your color, Jen. Like dark, like you are. And then I started going gray in my late 30s. And then by the time I was 41, I guess I was pretty well all gray. That's okay. Yes. Do you know, we sold our place in Palm Springs, I guess it's 3 years now. So do you know what? I don't miss it that much. I wouldn't mind going for like maybe 6 weeks, but not like we used to. We used to go 6 months. We used to go October 1st, come home for the whole month of December, and then fly back down and then come home May 1st. So we did that for 20 years. And so I'd like to be on the ocean somewhere. Water. I'd like to be where there's water. That would be nice.
You're doing great, hon.
Bill's just coming. Bill says, you're doing great, hon. Thank you.
I've hollered at you every now and again. I've been watching the whole thing.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So.
Bill's been watching me in the living room.
And the Canucks won 4-2.
And the Canucks won 4-2. Bears and Butters, just in case you're interested. We won. That's why you look so happy. Oh, of course. Hockey night in Canada. What can I say? On the same night I'm doing a live. Wow.
And yes, I am lucky to have you as my wife.
Oh, did you guys hear that? He just said yes, and I am lucky to have you as my wife. There you go. Ka-ching on the brownie points. Ka-ching. Yes. He's spoiled. He's spoiled. But then so am I. So it's okay, right? It's what you give is what you get. Always remember that. Jen says, hi, Bill. He'll see that on the screen in there. Your husband pops in every now and then on your videos. I keep thinking we should do something where we all, like we've done tags where we bring in our husbands, but we should do something more. It would be so much, there's so much fun when we bring them in, right? Bill's getting pretty good at it. Oh, Billy, your wife's busy. He's going to say, yeah, no, that's not going to work. Actually, well, you know what? Hockey game is over, so it matters now. But while the hockey game is still on, that wouldn't be any good. Good night, my friend. Take care of yourself. I'm glad you're feeling better, okay? Lorraine, I'll see you next week somewhere on YouTube. I'm ready to shoot a video. Maybe it'll be cleaning my windows if the sun stays out. Good night. See you later. You guys make sure you go and visit Lorraine. Yeah, see, Bill and I too, for us, it is our second marriage, by the way. I don't know if you knew that, Jen, but yeah, we're really, Bill's done a lot of, he's the one that kind of restored me, I think, after a lot of stuff, and he's a great guy. Not perfect, almost perfect. Well, being with me makes him perfect. Oh, and now he's going to see that. Oh, he knows it. But yeah, I think that's really cool. I think times have changed. I think younger women are making better decisions for their futures and their partners. I think that's pretty cool. Sharing is caring. It is. It's like owning a Care Bear. I'm glad you guys met. You're going to really love Lorraine, sweetheart. There we go. Oh my gosh. What are you doing? It's really late for you, Carla. Now you know what I tell my girlfriend when she appears like really late, like not on YouTube, whatever. I go, "What'd you do? Wet the bed?" Now that you're here, good to see you. How are you doing, sweetie? I know I'm going to hear how you're doing. I'm just thinking, just a minute. I just watched one of your videos. I'm trying to think what it's about. I'm having a blonde moment here. Oh my Lord. It'll come to me, Carla. It'll come to me. Yeah. Oh, you're sleepy. Oh, that sounds nice. You're doing fine. Good. I'm glad you're doing fine. 11 p.m. Well, that's not too bad. I'm trying to get better about my bedtime. It's been really bad during this whole thing for the last year. I'm one of these people you probably hear about on the TV, like people aren't going to bed till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I feel like when you have a newborn baby and they get their days and nights mixed up. That was kind of me. It was crazy. I was actually functioning on about 4 hours sleep, but then I would kind of crash back down in the morning. So I'm trying to get normal again. 11 o'clock, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. You guys, if you've not met Carla, she's got an awesome channel. Make sure you get to know her. Just let me back up here. Thrifting. Oh, okay. I have to go back. Right. So this is when you guys went backwards. Nobody said it was going to be perfect. That's right. And you couldn't go into the thrift stores because of everything that's going on. And I love that outfit. Now, why couldn't I remember that? I love those pants. They were red checkered pants, smaller than this. I love those pants. And you know what? That outfit was fabulous on you. I wasn't kidding. Actually, I'm pretty honest. That probably gets me into trouble more times than I wish. But you know what? I'd rather get in trouble for being honest than hand you a bunch of hogwash and have to backtrack. So there you go. I love that outfit on you, Carla. Okay, so here we go. Let me keep up. So, yes. Normally you can go into the store, but you couldn't this time. I'm doing good. Thank you. I am. I just wish this all to be over, but I'm doing okay. Yes, I love that outfit on you. I really did. I'm getting good at this now. I'll never be normal. It's okay. I think, you know what? It's really hard sometimes. I try to be honest in a really nice way. I think I did a video on that somewhere down the road. Is don't ask me to go shopping with you. I mean, if you're a person that needs to, like, maybe not have somebody tell you the truth or talk you into it, don't ask me, because I do I'll try not to speak if I don't like it. So if I don't speak, I didn't like it. If I really like it, I tell you I really like it. But I also try to be really honest. I really, really do. And yeah, you know what? I think it's the only way to go. Jen, you're perfectly normal. Not to worry. Yeah, I think it's better to be honest. I try to be kind about it. You know, I try not to be about it. But I think that's one of the problems I probably have a little bit with YouTube as well for myself. Because, I mean, I don't have to watch other people's videos, but yeah, I just can't do a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, there it is. This is the truth. Oh, this is kind of like, there are all kinds of stories in the naked city, right? Kind of like that, the truth. Okay. I'm trying to scroll with this. So, Carla, how's you guys' weather? Carla, what? Where are you? Are you in Texas? I can't remember where you are. Oh, thank you. Is it scary when I tell the truth, Carla? I don't think so. I think you're really truthful too. You do a lot of reviews and stuff like that. People have to be. Oh, you're in Virginia. Okay. Okay, right. Now I remember. Like, I go, do I have to rate all this? It was mild today. We had sun today. I was really happy about that. And then a little bit of rain, but it was really windy, really windy. But then Vancouver, in case, I don't know if all of you know, but Vancouver is about, Bill and I are about an hour from the border, from the U.S. border, and we are about 2.5 hours drive to Seattle. So not very far. So we will quite often go into Bellingham or drive into Seattle to go shopping. Yeah, exactly. Yes, thank you. Well, like I say, I try not to be. Mind you, if I get really mad or something, I think, we all can lose control. I shouldn't, but I try not to because I tell my kids, don't scream or yell. The first person to scream, you've lost the conversation. You lose. But yeah, no, I try to do it in a kind way. And if there's a way I can, then I try to maybe speak to that person a lot. Like if it's good, I don't think it's ever good to really make a point about something if it involves other people. Then you take that person aside and have it over there. It's a lot kinder to do it that way. Yes, we all have our breaking points. We do. I've had many of them, but they've all been learning experience, either about myself or about the other person. So that's really good, right? They haven't always been perfect, but forgive yourself and move on. That's the biggest thing. That's been the hardest thing in my life, is to learn how to forgive until I figured out what forgiving really meant and what it did. So now I'm pretty good at it. Carry on with my life, right? So, but life goes on. What can I say? Carla, he actually came in for a minute and said hi. Now, he did tell me he'd been watching the whole live. There was a hockey game tonight. Vancouver Canucks were playing against the Canadiens, Montreal Canadiens, and we won. So he came in, poked his head in, and he was really happy. He gets really into his hockey, and so I have to remind him that if he doesn't behave, then he's not going to get any hockey time. So hockey night in Canada is a big deal, but he's fine. He's fine. Oh, of course he's fine, Carla. He's married to me. Oh my gosh. Well, you are in Helsinki, so just a minute. You're up really early. It's so good to see you. You guys, Mrs. 10 Years After. You can find her on Instagram. I don't think you have a YouTube channel because I've never met you on YouTube. But anyway, it's really great that you're here.
They're playing the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, sorry. Bill just came in and told me they were playing the Toronto Maple Leafs. He's paying attention. This is excellent. Oh, that's so great. I'm so glad that you're coming in from Helsinki. That's awesome. A world traveler, you guys, Helsinki. Now, my Finnish, I can say kiva. And I know a lot of milk. I lived in Finland, you guys, for a year. So I speak actually Swedish, which is a dialect. It's not great, but once I'm back on it, there you go. Yes, and we have another Charlotta, actually, that Charlotta is also from Finland. She's a Finn Swede, and lives in the UK. She lives in London. She's expecting. So yeah, that's really cool. So there, and you are in Helsinki, aren't you, Charlotta, or just outside? I think you're in Helsinki. So if you're on Instagram, grab her. You speak Swedish? Is it this? I have to check now. Now, Charlotte, the Swedish that I speak is really dialect, right? Because when I lived in Borgå, which in Swedish, or Porvoo in Finnish, and I also lived up north in Jakobstad in Swedish and Pietarsaari in Finnish. So this thing goes back and forth. Så jag pratar svenska bara inte riktigt bra, men jag kan when you must. As I think the first thing I ever learned, and it's only going to mean anything, and that was my younger brother-in-law, who actually passed away now. And he's been gone for almost 25 years. He was only 39 when he passed away, and he passed away in Finland. And when he was teaching me Swedish, because I was going to go to a Swedish dance, he said, okay, now when you meet everybody, you need to say "Jag pruttar mycket tack," which means actually I pass a lot of gas, but I didn't know it at the time. So he got a lot of fun out of that. But I have learned to say other things. Okay, so Swedish speaking Finn. There you go, in Helsinki. Yeah. Well, that's great. When I hang out with you, I can brush up on my Swedish. Actually, when my ex-mother-in-law passed away, it was really good because she was reverting back to speaking Swedish, and she and her husband and the family, as my ex-husband, immigrated to Canada in 1957. And quite often, these days, people get older, they revert to their mother tongue. And so the last few years that she was in our home, she would speak Swedish. So it was great. So I was able to converse with her. It was never an issue. So that was really good to have, actually. Oh, thank you. I try. It was funny until I figured it out, because I tried to be a real lady, of course, when I was trying to impress all these people that spoke Swedish, and but they thought it was quite cute. More like Swedish thinking, and trying to write English. Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't have that anymore. When I write English, I do write in English. But I can remember when I first came to Canada, for the first year when I was learning how to speak English and write it, I would very often, like, my brain would think in Dutch, trying to write it in English. My Dutch, I still could write it, although my spelling isn't always perfect. But I found English really difficult to learn because in Holland everything's very phonetic. Like, you say it as it's written, whereas in English, it's really all these silent letters. Like, why? I used to say, get this one. You know that's my knife, right? And they'd say, pardon? Well, you know that's my knife. They go, no, you don't say the K in and you don't say the K in knife. Well, why is it there? Like, what a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. But think about all the silent letters that we have that we don't pronounce. Like, that's so silly. My English is... Well, I've been here a long time. Or are you talking to Charlotte? Really? Isn't that interesting? So something happening in the brain. Okay. Wow. Isn't that so? Then that's really interesting. I mean, not any fun, but definitely interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Why do we have silent letters? To me, it's just a waste of time. But yeah, they're always, learning. I learned to speak English in about 6 months. I love languages, actually. I don't speak Spanish, and I'd like to learn how to speak Spanish, and that's something I might start doing for myself. But I can understand German. If it's High German, Low German is harder for me understand. But you know, I think once you have an ear for languages, and Charlotta, I don't know, you can maybe attest to that, is um, like if you're from Europe and you have all the countries are so close, so we're exposed to each other's languages and cultures. Um, you know, like in Holland, you drive 100 kilometers and you're in another country. You could be in Belgium or, well, depending where you're from, where you are in Holland. But so like in French, so many French words, like in Holland and France, as we say parapluie. So it's an umbrella. So it's the same in French as it is in Dutch. In French, you say chocolat. In Holland, we say chocolat. So a lot of you go to Denmark and learning to speak Swedish, even dialect, when I go to Denmark, because it's Danish is a lot like Swedish and German put together, and then Swedish is Swedish, and then Norway, I could pick some of that up too. You start getting an ear for the languages. So that I think that is always so cool. I always love that. It's yeah, it is. It is very strange. I wonder why that is. Oh, really? Oh, isn't that interesting? See, so the brain, if you dream, so that's kind of like Charlotte saying she has a seizure. There must be parts of the brain that just all of a sudden pick it up. Carla, you should start. Take one of those courses and start speaking it again. Because, you know, you have one language. I mean, depending on where you are, you know, like some of the, like Finnish is like, I don't know. I thought my sister-in-law, who still lives in Borgo, by the way, Charlotta, she's in Porvoo, she's actually Finn. She's not a Finn Swede, she's Finn. I think she one time told me that the Finnish language is goes towards like the Turkish language more. Spanish. Oh, okay. Portuguese. See, I would like Spanish. We got to do Spanish because in Portugal, that's what they would speak. And Thai, a little Thai. I don't. That seems really hard. Although I must admit, Mandarin is a big language that people want to learn how to speak in Vancouver because we have, you know, huge Asian communities, and so it would be a real business asset to speak Mandarin. Okay, just trying to keep up here. Yeah, that'd be really cool. That'd be, you know, you would really, especially if obviously that's part of your DNA, your family histories from Germany. So yeah, you should. It's great to have languages. It's so much fun. I love conversing with people in different languages. Yeah, right. Thanks, Charlotte. Yeah, that's what I thought. You start getting an ear for it. Now this is, I don't know, Charlotte. Let's say you. I'm sure you know this, but this came up the other day, which I thought was really, really interesting. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Swedish flag. It has 3 crowns. Do you know why it has 3 crowns? Well, I'm going to tell you. Because at one time, Finland, Sweden, and Norway were all part of the same unit or under the same crown, or I don't know what they want to call it, but they were all one. And so Sweden has always kept the 3 crowns on their flag. That's a little trivia there for you. Okay, let's have a look here. This thing is really weird. It is fun. It'd be, you know, it's we should always reach out and make our horizons bigger, right, Charlotta? And I think, like anybody, I'm very, very fortunate, you guys. I got my ex-husband and we did a lot of traveling in 1973, 74. We were gone for almost 20 months. We had a car and drove all over. And then Bill and I had an opportunity to travel to a lot of places as well. And it's just so cool to, it drives Bill crazy, and he loves it. He loves to listen to it and he'll say, talk to them. Talk to them. I'll say, oh, I think those people are Dutch, or maybe those people they're German, or or I think those people are Swedish. He wants to hear me speak it. So yeah, it's kind of fun. And my grandkids love it when I sing to them. And then the Russians came. Yes, exactly. Yes. Now I've been to Petersburg. That's as far as I've been, and that's when we were living in Finland. And my ex-husband's cousin, Solveig, she is the one that had a girlfriend that lived there, and so we got to drive there. So we did get to do that. So that was kind of cool. Yes, but the Russians are just your neighbors now. We hope, and it stays that way. Okay, I'm trying to. Yeah. See me clicking all over the place, you guys? Click, 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 trying to figure this out. I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at it. I'm surprised Bill hasn't popped in and corrected me on anything. You've never been. Okay. Would you go? I mean, there's some pretty cool history there, right? In Russia. But I don't know. I've never traveled in a country that like communist. Well, it's not communist anymore, right? Is it? Yes, it is. Is it? Should I even say that? I don't know. But I remember when it was the USSR. Am I going to get copyright infringements here? It's a song. I still have stuff. You know those stacking dolls that you can buy, the Russian stacking dolls? The ones that I have, the label at the bottom says USSR. Yeah, I think that's really cool. I have to hang on to those. Yeah, oh, love mail. But yeah, that's yeah, I think I would like to travel. What I really love about going to Europe is the architecture. You know, when I was back in Holland and I was walking around in the town that I was born in, and you walk along like the buildings, and they have the same in London. They have plaques above the door, and it says, 1706. And you go, wow, that's incredible, right? It's like so much, even with all the horrible like Second World War and everything that happened, still so much is preserved. There's so much history. I don't know, that really, yes, it's a communist country. Thank you. I was scared to say it in case I said it wrong. Yes, it's kind of like one guy, one man show. Yeah, well, you should. I mean, it's not that big. I mean, you could drive it. I would definitely do that. Are you going to stay there? Are you like spending the rest of your life there? Well, you're going to. You just got a grandbaby. What? Big baby's got to be 1.5 years now, right, Charlotte? Is that how old the baby is? The Beatles. That's right. They sang that. Do you know I saw the Beatles live, you guys, in Vancouver? That's right. I lied. That's before you had Ticketmaster. That's when you had to go in a lineup to buy a ticket. So people had sleeping bags. So I told my girlfriend and I got together, and she told her mom that she was sleeping at my place, and I told my mom I was sleeping at her place. There was no such thing as these things or anything like that. And so, yeah, we fibbed, had sleeping bags, and we bought our tickets and went in to see them. They almost shut that whole thing down because it got so out of hand. I mean, yeah, it was just, we were crazy. Well, travel is such a great thing. The very first time, you guys have to check that video out. I have the video on there, and it's, gosh, I don't know what the title is, but I actually talk about the very first time was the book Europe on $5 a day. If you can imagine that. That's how we did Europe on $5 a day in a little Volkswagen Bug. And you really could do Europe on $5 a day. I mean, it was mind-blowing. And going back with Bill the second time, it was I didn't have to do it on $5 a day, so that was kind of nice. I got spoiled. But yeah, I love to travel. I love to see how other people live. I don't like metropolitan cities. I like to see them quickly and get out of them and see how the people live. Yeah, it's there's nothing like getting to know how other people live. Oh, okay, so you're moving back over. Okay, well, we may meet one day yet. I mean, but it could be in Helsinki. I'm not writing that off. I still have nephews and nieces, and I still have people that I correspond with on a regular basis. So you never know. Oh, okay. Yuka. Now that is a nice Finnish name, right? Yuka. That's $5 a day. Yep, there's a book out. Actually, it's still on Amazon too, because I actually linked it to the video, and I said, if you want to read the book, there it is. And what the book did, and of course, this is in the 70s, you guys. So it's like if you were looking for a really inexpensive place to sleep, they gave you all the youth hostels in towns and places to eat, like inexpensive places to eat. So you would just follow this in the book. But in the 70s, of course, it was a different time too, with pack sacks, and yeah, it was a pretty cool time and a pretty cool era. Oh, The Love Show. I saw, Jen, I love that too. I would go back and see that again. In fact, Bill and I we were in Vegas 3 years ago. And I think it had just come on and we should have gone to it. But maybe I didn't get to celebrate my 70th birthday last year. So maybe this year or next year, I would love to go to Vegas. That was a fabulous, fabulous show. It was really, really good. Actually, I hear that Paul McCartney was really involved with the production of the show and the music. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. Yeah, it's... I bet. That would be really cool. That was a great show. That was a fabulous show. So, yeah, Europe on $5 a day. And, and I don't know if they do this much in Europe, but you think about this. I actually talk about that and show some brochures. When back in the 70s, there was still Yugoslavia. You guys ever heard of that country? So we drove Germany, Austria into Yugoslavia, all the way down Yugoslavia into Greece. And so you would just be driving, and people, if they saw that you had a foreign plate, and we had plates, Dutch plates on our Volkswagen, and they would, they'd come and go, pension, which is like a room in their house, right? You get it for like dirt cheap, and they feed you really, really well. And that was really cool too, because you really got to know how the people live, and you got a real feel of the towns and the strife that some of these people may have or not have. It was really cool. So we stayed in a lot of pensions, and we slept in the car, and it's possible to sleep in a Volkswagen bike, you guys. The year we had the back seats folded down, so we made a mattress, and we put a cover on it, and then we were able to sleep in the Volkswagen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Mind you, I don't think I could do that now. I was a lot more agile back then. If I could, I definitely would. I would have no problem doing that. I think it would be fun. So, Jen, if you were going to Europe, you wanted to travel, where would you go? What would the first place be that you wanted to travel to? And Bears and Butters, have you ever traveled to Europe? I know, of course, Butters, you're Canuck. And so if you guys you've been to Hawaii, right? You guys did Hawaii, but it's still U.S. You've been overseas? That's really weird. One place that I don't have a desire to go to, and we've got friends that have taken safaris. I have no desire to go to Africa. None. Absolutely none. And I've got friends who, oh my gosh, I think they've been like on 3 safaris, and Their daughter has been back, and I think she would move there in a moment. She has such great love and desire for living, or yeah, she would love to live in Africa if she could. But it's just not a place I've never wanted to travel to. I love Greece. I've been to Crete. I've been to Sicily. We've been to Capri. All those places. Yeah, I love those. But actually, Bill and I counted. Of course, I mean, second marriage, so some of it was done at another time. But I've been to 53 countries. I have to check that again. That sounds like an awful lot, but I have. And when I counted them all. Okay, Spain. You would love Spain. I've been to Spain. You would love Spain. I love the markets in Spain too. Oh yeah, you would love it. Good choice. Really good choice. You put that on your list and do it. Okay, guys. Well, I really appreciate you being here. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you were here to support me. As always, I can always count on you guys. Well, you need to plan to go to Europe. Yes, you definitely do. You guys would love it. It's something that everybody's got to do once, I think. Unless you're like me. Like, I don't have no desire to go to Africa, but I'd go to Europe in a heartbeat. If I lived on the east coast of Canada, or like in New York, it's like a hop, skip, and a jump, right? It's just that flight across Canada. Oh, is she? Oh, okay. That would be. I have been to Lisbon, and Norm and Tina, who were on earlier, our retirement, they've spent a lot of time in Portugal. A lot. Night, night. Carla, are you staying, or are you saying night, night to the girls? I think you're saying night, night to the girls. You can't go to bed yet. It's not midnight yet. We interville a lot, yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, that's the other thing, right, about Europe. It's like it's so, the commute is so much easier. Transit is so much easier. Even in Holland, when I was back in Holland, I was in Leiden. I'd go to the train station and take the train to Amsterdam or Rotterdam. I find the commutes in Europe so much easier. Letting you all click through. Oh, okay, so you didn't like it. Yeah. I don't know. I just have no desire to go there whatsoever. Oh, you're going tonight. Before witching hour. I'm glad you were here. And like I say, you got to keep that outfit. I love that outfit on you. I love it. I really, really do. You guys say goodnight to Carla. And if you haven't met her, make sure that you go and visit her. And you're going to love her outfit. I want that outfit. Night, sweetie. Thanks for being here. There we go. Yeah, Cheryl Wilson, I don't know. Like I say, Africa, I have no desire. None. There's not one place that I would want to see or go to. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I just feel it's too far to go or whatever. Now, the other thing is, I've never been to Australia. Bill's been to Australia and New Zealand, and he loved it. And I think I would love it as well, and I would love to go. But I don't know if I want to fly for 21 or 22 hours. That's a long flight. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing now. There's just something about the flight that really turns me off. Of course, if I was going first class and had a bed and all the bells and whistles, I may consider it. So that's always an option. I could start a GoFundMe. Send me to Australia and New Zealand. Yeah, no, that's just, that's too long of a flight, but I know lots of people do it. Now, I'll tell you what I think would be cool is to do it on a cruise ship. And Bill and I have done a cruise from, we went to Hawaii, aborted the cruise in Hawaii, and then just did all the islands and then came back. But I'm trying to remember what friends of ours actually did one from Hawaii and then went over to Australia. I mean, that's a huge cruise and lots of time on water. Bye, Jen. Thank you, sweetie. I really appreciate you being here. And I'll talk to you soon on YouTube. One day we're going to all have a meeting for real. Night, sweetie. Tunisia, or okay, Algeria. Well, I'm sure it was definitely different. I wonder. Yeah, I have no interest in that. Good night, sweetie. Yeah, actually, I've never been to Asia either. I wouldn't mind going to. I would love to go to Japan. I don't think I would go to. Bill's been to Beijing and some of those places, but from what he's told me, I don't think I'd want to go. I think I'd like to go to Japan though. I think I'd like to see Japan, but I don't think I'd want to go to China. So I don't know. But then there's like Taiwan and Bill was in Phuket. He said it was absolutely gorgeous there. So I don't know. Do you know what? Yeah, we actually love cruising. A lot of people don't. And the very first time, Charlotta, I got Bill to go on a cruise, he didn't want to go. He didn't think he was going to like it. He thought it was really going to be boring. We went with 2 other couples, and we took many cruises together until one of our friends passed away and life kind of changed. But Bill loved it so much. Like, he would go on a cruise with me now. Absolutely. The only one we wouldn't do again, the Hawaiian one, the Mediterranean, all of those we would do again. The one we wouldn't do again is Alaska. And we did it because my sister and her partner at the time, he really wanted to see, he really wanted to see more of Canada. So we thought if we could take a cruise along the BC, go on the inside and could see all the landscape of BC. And we did Alaska. And it was really nice. And I'm glad we went because I personally myself had never seen a glacier calving. That was really cool. But if I take a cruise, I want to be in warm weather. I want to sit and lounge and have a good drink brought to the table. So yeah, cruising. Yeah, Japan. I think Japan would be really, really good. Really cool. I would enjoy that as well. I would. Okay, you guys. Well, it's 8:32. I think I'm going to call it a night. And let everybody... Charlotta, what time is it for you right now? Let's see. It's got to be like 8 o'clock in the morning? 7:30? Somewhere around there? Anyway, I want to thank you guys for being here. I know I still have a few people watching. And I am definitely going to do a live again next Friday. And do you know what? I have that. Where is that written on my YouTube somewhere? Actually, I think it's in my about is yes. Never say never. Absolutely. There are things that I have said, I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
Are you just
No, I'm still talking.
Okay. Bonnie.
Okay. Wow. I'm on TV, and look at that. My producer is bothering me. Yeah, never say never, right? Because you need to definitely do that. Okay, 6:33 a.m. Do you know, Charlotta, I'll tell you one thing. It's funny because I was just talking to somebody in Finland because her dad passed away many years ago now. And so I was reminiscing with her about her dad, who was a very, very famous chef, actually, in Finland and in Germany. And he took us on a ship for New Year's Eve. The ship was called the Freeport. And it went from Helsinki to Sweden. But here is the clincher. It was New Year's. Do not do a cruise in the winter in the Baltic Sea from Helsinki to Sweden. It was horrendous. I've never been so sick. The only good thing about it is they had fabulous music and fabulous bands, but we all got locked up, and I was so sick. So, but you definitely have to do a cruise. Fly to Florida and take whatever you can get. Okay, guys. Charlotte, I'm so glad you came. Thank you, sweetie. I usually do my lives on Saturdays because I think everybody's kind of stuck at home, and I thought that might be a good night. So, with all of that, you guys, thank you very much. Have a really super Sunday. You're in it already, Charlotte. So, good morning to you and everybody else who I don't know. There's still a few there. There's 3 more that I don't know about. Thank you very much, you guys. I love you. Good night, and we'll see you next week. Be safe and live life to the fullest every day.